Ladies and gentlemen, today we delve into a poignant chapter of Hollywood history, the tragic death of Dean Martin Jr., a man whose promising life was overshadowed by a heartbreaking end. The son of one of America's most beloved entertainers, Dean Martin Jr. carried a heavy legacy. His untimely death in 1987 not only devastated his famous father but also left a void in the hearts of his fans and loved ones. Let's rewind to understand the man behind the name. Born on November 17, 1951, Dean Paul Martin Jr. was the second child of Dean Martin and his first wife, Elizabeth Ann McDonald. From the start, he was more than just the son of a Hollywood icon. He was talented, charismatic, and ambitious, carving his own identity in a world dominated by his father's larger-than-life persona. Dean Jr. grew up surrounded by fame, but he refused to ride on the coattails of his father's success. As a teenager, he pursued his passion for music, co-founding the rock band Dino, Desi and Billy with Desi Arnaz Jr., son of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, and Billy Hinch. The band achieved significant success in the 1960s, earning hits like I'm a Fool and Not the Lovin' Kind. For a time, Dean Jr. seemed poised to dominate the music world, proving that he was more than just Dean Martin's son. But music was just one chapter of Dean Jr.'s story. He also pursued a career in acting, appearing in films like Players, 1979, and television shows such as Misfits of Science. Yet, his real passion lay elsewhere, in the skies. Dean Jr. was deeply fascinated by aviation, a passion that would come to define his later years. He became a skilled pilot, joining the California Air National Guard in 1981 and achieving the rank of captain. This wasn't a fleeting interest or a hobby, it was a calling. Flying gave Dean Jr. a sense of freedom and purpose, qualities he cherished. Tragically, this passion would lead to his untimely demise. On March 21, 1987, Dean Martin Jr. was piloting a McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom jet as part of a routine training mission near the San Bernardino Mountains in California. Something went terribly wrong. The aircraft disappeared from radar, and after hours of searching, rescuers discovered the wreckage. Both Dean Jr. and his weapons systems officer, Captain Ramon Ortiz, had perished. The accident sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. Dean Martin, a man known for his stoic demeanor, was devastated. Friends of the family noted that Dean Sr. was never the same after his son's death. It marked the beginning of a decline that saw the legendary entertainer retreat further into isolation, haunted by the loss of his beloved son. The crash investigation revealed that weather conditions may have been a factor. The jet was flying in snowy and mountainous terrain, conditions that can disorient even the most experienced pilots. Dean Jr.'s death was officially ruled an accident, but for those who knew him, it was a cruel twist of fate for a man who had so much to give. Dean Martin Jr. left behind more than a grieving father and a devastated family. He left behind a legacy of determination and individuality. He had proven time and again that he was more than his last name, pursuing his passions with vigor and inspiring those around him with his courage and charisma. The impact of Dean Martin Jr.'s death on his family and friends. Dean Martin Jr.'s death didn't just shatter his father, it deeply affected everyone who knew and loved him. His siblings, including Richie Martin, Gina Martin, and Deanna Martin, were heartbroken. Richie, who followed in his father's footsteps as a musician, later spoke about how much his brother's loss affected the family. It wasn't just about losing a sibling, it was about losing the vibrant energy Dean Jr. brought into their lives. Dean Sr.'s reaction to the tragedy was particularly heartbreaking. Known for his cool, unflappable demeanor as the King of Cool, he was a man who rarely let emotions show. But after Dean Jr.'s death, those close to him noticed a profound change. The once social entertainer began to withdraw. Friends like Frank Sinatra and Jerry Lewis remarked on how much the loss weighed on him, noting that his laughter seemed quieter and his famous charm dimmer. The tragedy also marked a decline in Dean Martin Sr.'s health and career. Though he continued to perform for a few more years, the spark that made him a legendary entertainer seemed to fade. By the early 1990s, he had largely retired, spending his days in solitude. It was clear that losing his son had left a wound that time could not heal. Dean Jr.'s love life, a chapter of joy and complexity. Before his tragic passing, Dean Martin Jr. had experienced love and heartbreak. He was married twice, first to actress Olivia Hussey, best known for her role in Romeo and Juliet. The couple had a son, Alexander, but their marriage ended in divorce. Later, Dean Jr. married figure skater Dorothy Hamill, an Olympic gold medalist. Their union was brief, but it highlighted his capacity for deep, meaningful relationships. Despite his fame and good looks, Dean Jr. was known for his humility and kindness. He was never one to flaunt his celebrity status, and those who knew him often remarked on his grounded nature. He adored his family, cherished his friends, and lived with an infectious zest for life. The legacy he left behind. Dean Martin Jr.'s story is one of perseverance, talent, and tragedy. He could have lived in the shadow of his famous father, but he didn't. Instead, he pursued his passions with courage, whether it was music, acting, or aviation. His life was a testament to the idea that we are more than our circumstances and family legacies, we are defined by how we choose to live. Even decades after his passing, Dean Martin Jr. is remembered fondly. His music with Dino, Desi and Billy remains a nostalgic reminder of a bygone era, while his dedication to his work in the Air National Guard highlights his commitment to something greater than himself. For fans of the Martin family, Dean Jr.'s story is both inspirational and heartbreaking. It's a reminder to cherish every moment, pursue our dreams with passion, and hold our loved ones close. His legacy lives on not just in the songs he sang or the roles he played, but in the hearts of those who continue to honor his memory. Dean Martin Jr.'s life was a bright flame extinguished far too soon. While his death is a painful chapter in the Martin family's story, his life remains a beacon of hope and inspiration. His love for his family, his courage in the face of challenges, and his refusal to be defined by his father's fame make him a figure worth remembering. To his fans and loved ones, Dean Martin Jr. will always be more than a tragic figure, he will be a symbol of individuality, passion, and strength. Though he is gone, his spirit endures in the music, memories, and legacy he left behind. If you've been moved by Dean Jr.'s story, share your thoughts in the comments. What part of his life resonated with you the most? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that uncover the humanity behind the headlines. Together, let's keep the memory of this remarkable man alive. Thank you for watching.